Hi.
Hey,
Welcome.
how are you?
Good. You haven't been to the show before, so thank you for braving us.
Oh, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Anytime. Your first official Tamworth.
Yes, it is.
How are you going?
It's been a blast.
Yeah.
It's somebody turned on the heat today.
Yes, 38. It's going to be today. Yep.
Which is, I think that's what, about 98 or 99
Yeah.
Fahrenheit.
What's it like for you at home in summer? Is that similar or is that hotter than normal?
It does get about that high.
Yeah.
We have CMA Fest
Yes.
in June.
Yes.
And
If
so
you need
it
someone
gets
to help,
about like that.
I'll come and help you if you like.
There we go.
CMA Fest sounds like a great time.
It is, but very similar to here. That's what I really enjoy. Walking down the street and all the buskers out there and all the shops, and I'm trying not to buy all the beef jerky that they have everywhere.
Isn't it good? We do a good jerky here.
And the jewelry.
Yes. And
All
the
the
shoes. Have you seen all the boots? There's some really good boots out there at the minute for cheap for the festival. But I've not bought a pair yet because I had limited bag space.
There you go. And that's my problem too.
Yes. Well, looking at like you've brought your guitar and everything in. How much traveling you've got so much to travel with.
We do, but I'm a world away from where I'm normally at.
How long does it take to get here?
Total between the two flights is 21 hours.
Gosh. And you want to bring the kids?
Yeah, so I do want to try to bring the kids because that's the fun part. Is to
21 hours in a plane.
I get to travel the world, and it's such a blessing that people want to hear country music, and I get to take it to different countries. Last year I played in 5 different countries. This year we're already scheduled for 7 different countries.
Oh my gosh.
And hopefully adding more. But it's really fun to get out and share my style of country music.
Yes, absolutely. And but actually it's interesting you were saying this is quite similar to CMA Fest in the fact of you've got the buskers and the different venues and things. Do you find that in any of the countries that you go to with country music, is it sort of a similar atmosphere in that way?
It is. I think the stories of country music is what draws people together. It is a lot more family oriented.
Yes.
And it's fun seeing the kids enjoying it. And then you have a lot of the older folks that are taking their break on the side on the sidewalk, and they're having just as much fun as the kids.
They are, absolutely. And you see them carrying their chairs. We bring the little mini chairs along Peel Street and things like that. So it's good to see why the country music has grown so much. I don't know what it was like for you growing up. For us, it was not the cool thing to be into country music and things, whereas now you go down the street and everybody's enjoying it. It's hasn't got the label of it's just country music anymore.
For me, I grew up in Texas, which every country music was the music.
That is the only, so that would be the best bringing up. I love that. So it was normal for you guys to be around music.
Yes, my dad had me playing mandolin when I was just 4 years old. So I grew up around music.
You had no choice. So it was happening.
That's what I loved.
Yeah.
That music was my language.
Yep.
And still is for that matter.
Yeah.
And I now have 5 kids. And it's cool for me to see them growing up the same way. Their music is just ingrained in them. That's what they love to do.
And seeing Dad out on the road living his dreams, that's such a great person to look up to and to show you that dreams can come true.
Right.
And you can do it, and
I think the hard part of that is that they do unfortunately see some of the downside, the heartache that happens at times when things don't go exactly how you plan for them to go. I also have a beautiful wife that helps me handle a lot of those things, and she's a musician and singer herself. So she's when I'm not home and giving the kids that music, she's doing that.
Yes. And that's the thing, isn't it? We always talk about, an artist, we always think of just a name and that one person, but what we don't see is the behind the scenes. It's a whole team, family. Sorry, my voice is going. Family, friends, industry people. It's never just one person that's doing it. And
it does take a whole team to make something.
Without family at home, keeping those fires burning while you're out, it just doesn't work, does it? So it is a family orientated industry, definitely. Tell us about coming to Tamworth for the first time. Did anyone give you any tips on how to handle the heat or what to expect when you got here?
I did pack correctly, which is good. I brought only short sleeves, but the only bad part of that is that I didn't pack anything. I got asked to do the red carpets.
Oh, the Golden Guitar Awards,
So now I've been out searching vintage shops to see what I can find.
Have you found anything yet?
I did find a couple of jackets I haven't went and purchased yet. I'm checking them out.
Yes. Yeah. Your hat. I was looking at that when you came in. Have you done the edging?
Yes.
It looks great. I hadn't seen that before.
Thank you.
Hats are big here in Tamworth. We're very fussy with our recruiters.
I've seen quite a few of those. Not many of the Western style.
No. And actually, there's a lot of people that pay to have them shaped now because we're very fussy with how we shape them. But we don't have as many with the edging for the westing edge. Yes. So rodeo, you're here with the rodeo circuit and doing a lot of that sort of stuff. You obviously have that at home as well. What do you find the differences between Australian rodeo and rodeo from home?
There's a couple of different events that I've noticed are happening, which is neat. They incorporate some of the cutting horse stuff into the rodeo here. Yep.
So you don't do that.
It's a different. They do the cutting stuff is more into the futurity side of it.
Yeah.
But they actually have it as an event here.
Yes. We do.
And there was another one where the ladies get out and do. Forget there was a certain kind of cutting that they do that was different. I've never seen before.
I'm not actually that sure which one would be.
I can't remember what it's called, but tonight will be my first night at the rodeo.
Excellent. So you
I'll get to explain it a lot better after that.
Yes. And do you see differences with riders and bulls and all that sort of stuff, or is it very similar?
They're all the same.
Very similar.
Those bull riders.
Yeah, I've never done that. I did used to ride a sheep once. that was as far as it's going to go. And a horse, but not one that's going to butt me off, hopefully. So that's tonight. You're heading there tonight. Is that sold out?
I believe Saturday night.
Saturday night sold out, so you can still get tickets for tonight and potentially tomorrow night for the rodeo here in Tamworth. And Saturday night's the final.
Right. Yeah, I'm there tonight for the halftime. Tomorrow night, I believe it's Wade Forster.
Yes.
Going to be there. And then I'm back there on. I'll be pulling double duty
on Saturday.
I will go do the red carpets, go to the arena, and then come back to the golden.
Good. And then there's an after party after that. There's an after party and an after party.
We'll see if I make any of that.
I don't know. I always say every year I'll go, but I very rarely do because you're buggered by the end of it.
I may be in bed by then.
Yeah, exactly. So you're heading home this week. What does 2025 have in store? You were saying about 7 countries that you're traveling. Are you also recording and writing or anything?
I am. I'm looking forward to having a new album out. I've been working on it for the past year.
Oh, wow.
And then life got kind of crazy there for a bit. I was touring nonstop in the late summer into the fall for us.
Yes. Coming into our summer. Yes.
So I left home and it was snowing in Nashville.
Oh my gosh! And you came to 38 degrees.
Exactly. Which was nice when it was a little cooler when I got here.
Now it's ramping up.
Yeah, they turned the heat on today. But so going into 2025, I'm just looking forward to getting the new music out. That's the first and foremost. And then, of course, you get the new music out, and then you want to take that out to the people.
Exactly. That's the whole thing, isn't it? Right? Yeah. But you're still writing, aren't you? And that's getting ready for the next release. And I actually was talking to an artist this morning about that. You know, sometimes you're in a headspace of writing for a particular album or for a style. And then by the time that album gets out to us, you're kind of already in another headspace writing the next lot of materials. So it's quite a crossover, switching between the different stories and styles.
Yeah, I would agree with that. That's kind of where I'm at the moment. I already have a new batch of songs that I'm going to go in the studio and start getting those ready. And knowing, how am I going to play those on stage and things.
Yes, see that's another thing too. So you're obviously very hands-on with how you set up your shows, and it's all part of all of that. Do you enjoy the writing process? Do you have a set process, or do you sort of change every time?
I guess I do have kind of a formula that I go for. I have certain writers that I really enjoy writing with, and if I know I'm looking for a country banger, I know who to go to get that song that I want to how I want to express it.
Yeah, and especially because over in America you have so many options, so many great songwriters too, don't you?
Living in Nashville, Tennessee, which I know Tamworth is the home of country music here in Australia. Yeah. Nashville, Tennessee is the home of country music in the United States. And that's where all the big writers are. And unless you are solely focused on writing,
You need to do.
Yeah. You can go find those guys and write with them, and they will help you bring out the best song you can.
Exactly. Yeah. Actually, I was talking to Larry yesterday. He was saying to me that, he's met a couple of different writers that almost speak to you as if they're writing a song when you're just talking. Like, it's just the way that they're wording things, and they're doing it so often that it's just a natural.
You're grabbing your phone, or you're grabbing your computer, and you're like, I'm just trying to keep up with
record. Yeah. It shows that mind space that they have to be in all the time, because a lot of the time you're booking in with them, aren't you? I would like to write, and they say, I'm available this date, this time. Mm-hmm. Whereas a lot of other artists, when you write a song, it's quite often, it's just popped into my head, I'll write it now. So you have to switch that off and back on again at 2:00, because that's when we're booked for. That's a huge change in itself, isn't it, with writing style?
It is. And as an artist, you're wearing a lot of different hats.
Yes. Yeah.
Because you have to be the business person, you have to be the entertainer.
Yes.
You have to be the creator also. Mm-hmm.
And you're usually the last person paid as well. Always, you're paying all the band, you're paying everyone else, and you're the creator, and you get last amounts. But we were talking before, you have an Australian band that you formed here. How did you go about that? Was it recommendations? Or
it was some recommendation going on. I had met a fellow named Jack Hudson. And I actually met him in Nashville. He was over for CMA Fest with one of the Australian artists. And I brought him in to become the band leader. And then I had, via some production folks back in the States that I worked with, who happen to be Australian.
There's a lot of us over there, actually.
Introduced me to Brianna Dinsdale's father.
Yeah,
Ken.
Lovely. Yes.
Ken is an amazing person, and Ken helps me out. And so a lot of the folks that are playing in the band are also Brianna's.
Yes,
musicians.
Yeah, she's lovely, isn't she?
Great people.
So good. She's been in Star Maker on Sunday as well. Did you get to see that?
I did.
Yes.
I did get to catch that.
I would not have wanted to be a judge in that competition. It was an incredible lineup.
There was a lot of stout competition.
Yeah. And that was, the main stage in the park. Is that something similar to CMA Fest? Do you see those sorts of things as well?
We have CMA Fest has many large stages like that as part of it, and they have the stadium.
Yes. Yeah.
But it's like I said, the festival is very much set up like a CMA Fest, and it's enjoyable.
Yeah. It's lovely to see. It's nice to see that we're matching similar to CMA Fest. One day I'll get there. But it's nice to see that we do have that level of professionalism here in our festivals, similar to what you guys are doing over there. And hopefully you coming and other artists, hopefully they want to come to our festivals, and we can keep crossing those bridges.
Yes, I've been telling all my friends back home, it's like, guys, you got to get over here to this. This is amazing. And it was also really neat. We were talking about some of the songwriters and stuff. And I noticed that there's a group of those songwriters. There's a lot of events that are based around that also.
Yep.
And I'm hoping to be able to get out maybe this afternoon and get some of those songwriter rounds, because they're
my favorite.
That's the infancy of the creation.
Exactly right, and I think that's what makes it. Country music is about real stories. We're telling the truth of the story, and if you can hear the behind the scenes of a story, it makes you connect to that song so much more. And I think that's why country music is such a big genre, because we all live it. It's real. It's what we all go through those things at the same time, so everyone relates.
You guys have your bush songs.
Yes, your bush ballads.
Your bush ballads, and we have our cowboy songs. So there was a lot of similarities in the styles of country music.
It's interesting, isn't it? And crossing. Have you done any writing with people since being in Tamworth?
No, not yet. I've been busy.
Crossing over with some Australian writing here. It'd be interesting to see.
Yeah, I would love to have that opportunity.
Yeah, definitely. That sounds like fun. Yeah. Thank you so much for joining us. Before we do go, where's the best place if we want to get your music, keep up to date with what you're doing, and especially if you're coming back to Australia, where's the best spot to know? Look.
For all things Craig Wayne Boyd, go to craigwayneboyd.com. From there, you can find all the links to my social media. There's been a new page started on Facebook now, which is the Australian Yawlers.
Okay.
My fan club back home is the Yawlers.
I will share that.
It is now. We have kicked it off in Australia.
Australia, I love that.
So please, if you have the opportunity to, please go on and follow the Australian Yawlers and keep up with where I'm going to be.
That sounds wonderful. And Jonathan's just popped in to say hello. He's watching from the UK.
Oh, there we go.
You'll have to head over that way. You're heading that way?
Enough, I will be. I'll be there for Boots and Buckles Festival.
Oh, you get to go to that, yes.
Yeah.
I wanted to come to do that and do the interviews from there. It's just a beautiful festival. The Boots and Buckles, such a great place.
I know the guys that are putting it on.
Well, let's organise that, definitely. One thing before you go, I did a little bit of research yesterday, and we share a birthday.
Oh, really?
We do. We share New Year's Eve.
That is amazing.
I was looking at that. Oh, that's
so you're
good.
December 31st?
Yes, December 31st.
My daughter is also December 31st.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, my goodness.
There's 3 of us now.
3 of us. It's the worst time for a birthday because everyone's busy and they forget that it's their birthday.
We incidentally have, out of our 5 children, we have December 28th.
Oh, my goodness.
December 31st, and then January 2nd.
Oh, my goodness.
All right,
you just combined.
Yes. But
Present buying.
I'm thinking about maybe we'll skip a birthday every year. So
yes.
Like, all right, this year is one's birthday.
That's exactly. That's the.
And then I'll just skip all of mine, right?
Yeah.
And stay young.
That's right. So I reckon February 29 would be the best birthday because you really only age every 4 years.
Yeah, there you go.
Perfect. Yeah.
I love it.
Thank you so much for coming and chatting to us.
Thank you so much.
Hopefully you come back on again and we can do some chatting with you on the album and things as you goes. Yeah.
Sure.
Thank you so much everybody for watching today. We have so many more shows left for the festival week. So stay tuned to the page. We'll be back tomorrow and we'll be out and about tonight. So come and say hi from Tamworth. Thank you again for joining us. We'll see you all shortly. Thank you.